And good morning from Northeast Delta Dental Stadium in Manchester, New Hampshire. This is the NHIAA Service Credit Union Baseball Championships in conjunction with FNL NH Media. And a good morning, everybody, as we have the Division III State Championship here to kick things off. First game of 4 here in the Queen City. Hi, everybody. I'm Brett Franklin, joined by my broadcast partner, Steve Beals. And, Steve, here we are, Championship Saturday. It's all on the line here in Manchester.
Yes, Brett, a little concerned about the weather a couple days ago, but it looks like it's going to hold off for now, which is great. Just a terrific field. What a venue for these young men to play in, in their final championship game. This is a big one. Both these communities are known for toughness. They expect nothing less today.
For the first game, as we mentioned, the Division III State Championship, it's the top-seeded Monadnock Huskies taking on the third-seeded Interlakes Lakers. The Huskies looking to put the cherry on the sundae here with a perfect season, while the Interlakes Lakers looking to continue their magical run here in the postseason. Let's run down the starting lineups while our two head coaches are exchanging our lineups at home plate, and we'll start with the third-seeded Lakers, 16-2 record. And their lineup will look like this. Leading off and playing first base, it is Alex Potter. Ryan Boskett will be the pitcher, and he'll bat second, followed by Craig Dunn Jr. He'll bat third and play third base. Ben Bodwin is the cleanup hitter and playing left field. Jack Gintoff is the center fielder batting fifth. TJ Bailey is the right fielder. He will bat sixth. Danny Bean is the DH batting seventh. Rafe Bean, the shortstop, he'll bat eighth. And then it's Addie Kernan who'll do the catching and bat ninth. Wes Bailey is the flex player playing second base for the Lakers. For the Monadnock Huskies, their lineup will look like this, 19-0 on the season. Ryan Cornwell will lead off and play second base, followed by Kevin Putnam. He's the starting pitcher, and he'll bat second. Ben Dean is the catcher batting third, followed by Hayden Haddock. He's the DH batting cleanup. Aiden Gibson is batting third, or playing third base, batting fifth. Connor Brannon is the shortstop. He'll bat sixth. Cam Olivo will bat seventh and play first base. Jake Hilliard is batting eighth, playing center field, and Ethan Brown is the left fielder, and he will bat ninth. The flex player is Corson Shanks. He'll play right field for the Huskies, and we'll tell you about their journeys on the way over here. Monadnock had a first-round bye, and they had their hands full in the quarterfinal round. The top-seeded Huskies finishing 19-0. They beat 8th-seeded Hopkinton 5-2, trailed early in that game before coming back to win. And then Monadnock did it again as they trailed 5th-seeded Berlin earlier in the semifinal round before they came away with a 9-5 win to punch their ticket to the state championship game. Interlakes, meanwhile, they were the third seed. They defeated 14th-seeded Newfound 11-1, and then beat 6th-seeded Guilford 8-7, and then beat Massinic 8-2, coming from behind to win that one early. And they punched their ticket here to the championship. And as we mentioned, Steve, you've got Monadnock. They're undefeated, a lot of pressure there. Yep. They trailed both of their playoff games early before having some come-from-behind magic. So it's that old question, who's the pressure more on, the team with the 19-0 record or the upstart Lakers who, again, riding a hot playoff streak here?
Looked at Monadnock pregame, about 15 minutes, Brett, and looked like a college team out there. It doesn't surprise me, at least they're undefeated. I think that can go both ways. I think a lot of it is if they get ahead, then at that point they kind of get that mojo working, get the confidence going. Probably is not going to hurt them. But if they're able to, if they get behind, and that can be a problem because they're not used to that. If you look at the box scores for the year for Monadnock. But what I did see out there was it's got to be a pretty strong senior group because they look solid athletes, very, very tight baseball. For what I could see, at least in the pregame.
This is the first ever, according to my notes, first ever championship appearance for Interlakes here in NHIAA play.
Quite a thing, really.
And Monadnock, of course, the defending state champs from last year. So it's been there, done that for Monadnock, whereas Interlakes, they've never been here before.
Again, now speaking from Interlake's standpoint, it's important to get out strong, get out early to build that confidence. Maybe get Monadnock off their game, get into some mid-later innings where it's close and. Anything can happen. I'm sure that's quite a thing for the school to get in, to this finals game We'll see how the jitters, whether they're there or not, but, you got to give a lot of credit for both these teams for getting here, for sure.
These two teams did not meet during the regular season. Of course, Division III, large division when it comes to high school
How many
sports.
teams in the...
I want to say close to 25.
I saw it's over 20.
Yeah,
I know that
it
when I
is.
looked at the...
So you look at these two teams, have not played each other, so there's that unfamiliarity here. But I guess with today's social media and scouting, you do have a little bit of an idea of what you're getting into. Let's talk about the field here. Of course, Northeast Delta Dental Stadium, beautiful setup here. And how do you figure this minor league ball field will play as far as these players go? Probably the biggest field they've played on all season long.
I think some of the gaps in the outfield are going to be long runs, and I think if some ropes are hitting in the alleys, you could see it inside the pocket with the high school level. So that's part of it. A lot of it is going to be how far out they have to actually line up, and is that going to create more base hits in the middle? So this is going to be a little different for them, probably, about 25, 30 feet on the average. But when you get that out on the outskirts of the field, that's a lot of landscape to cover.
So we are ready for the Division III state championship as Interlakes. They are the third seed, so they are the road team, even though both teams wear their white jerseys here this afternoon. Monadnock, of course, their starting pitcher is Kevin Putnam, the right-hander ready to go. Our home plate umpire is Lee Champagne. He gives the point, and we are underway here in Manchester, and a strike fired into Alex Potter, the first baseman. As we mentioned, the Lakers defeated Messinic to get to the state championship game. They trailed 2-0 in that semifinal game. Swing and a miss by Potter.
Well, down 0-2 early here.
Swing and a miss. And they'll throw down to first to secure the strikeout. And there's one out here in the top of the first. So Putnam looking strong there. 3 pitches, and he gets the first out. So as we mentioned, the Monadnock Huskies 19-0. Quite a offense as well, as twice this season they have dropped more than 20 runs, as Ryan Boskett will step in, the starting pitcher. Boskett had himself a semifinal game. He was the starting pitcher in the win against Messinic. He was in trouble often, but was able to get the complete game win. 7 hits, no earned runs, struck out 7. Bats from the left side here, and
no jitters early here on the pitching side here, Brett. He's coming right over the top. No sidearm here.
fly ball into shallow left field. And there's 2 away as Ethan Brown makes the catch. And you said to Putnam, give him the ball, and he's throwing right away. And quickly 2 down, brings up Craig Dunn Jr.
Yeah, I haven't seen any sense of working off the plate. He's coming right at him.
You got to imagine some of these players, the juices are flowing, the energy is just give me the ball and let me throw, as Dunn Jr.
First breaking pitch right there. That
didn't miss by much.
Didn't miss by much. I agree, Brett.
2 out, nobody on here in the top of the first. Huskies looking to go 1-2-3 defensively. As Craig Dunn Jr., the junior, is also a pitcher, starting at third base this afternoon.
Yeah, it looks like he's rushing his delivery a little bit on this guy right now. I mean, the pace, this pace for a pitcher is, there's no breaks in between.
Like we said, Putnam wants it and throw. Get the ball and throw it. Here's the pitch. Just a bit high.
Yeah, was that 3-1?
The hitter.
Same spot. Called strike 3. And down go the Lakers in order here in the top of the first. Huskies coming to bat in the Division III state championship.
Yeah, he was bringing in the heat. Interesting mix of pitchers. Seemed to throw 3 breaking balls in a row. Looked like a screwball from here, or an in-shoot. That's what we used to call it when I played. But threw some breaking stuff. Didn't really see any off speed. He was just hurling everything that he gave. But the pace was really, really surprising in between pitches. There was no walks around the mound. But you got to do what you're comfortable with. And, of course, it's high school games. not a full 9-inning game. So
the Lakers go down in order 1, 2, 3, and it'll be the Monadnock Huskies that will come to bat, and we'll run down their starting lineup. Their batting order, it'll be Ryan Cornwell leading off and playing second base. Kevin Putnam, as we just mentioned, is the starting pitcher for the Huskies. He'll bat second. Ben Dean is the catcher batting third. Hitting cleanup, Hayden Haddock. He's the DH. Aiden Gibson is playing third base. He will bat fifth. Connor Brandon is the shortstop. He'll bat sixth. Cam Olivo is batting seventh, playing first base. Jake Hilliard is the center fielder. He'll bat eighth. And Ethan Brown will bat ninth and play left field. They will face the starting pitcher, Ryan Bosket. As we mentioned, Bosket picked up the win in the semifinal win over Messinic. He went the complete game, no earned runs, gave up 7 hits, struck out 7. Again, found himself in a bunch of trouble, but was able to work his way out of the jam and get the victory, which is the all-important stat.
Brett, I don't know if we can get right center field on the camera out there from one of our cameramen, but they've got a billboard out there, actually an electronic board showing the pictures of these guys. I'm sure the parents are taking lots of snapshots of that from their cell phones, to say the least.
Pitch misses outside to Ryan Cornwell as he will lead off here for the Huskies. Again, the Huskies, the defending state champions.
Yeah, he got the corner on the breaking ball.
Pitch misses. Monadnock, as we mentioned, won the state championship last year in 2021. They won it in 2016, 2005. 8 total state championships for the Husky program. Ground ball to third base, down on one knee, and the throw gets away as Dunn Jr. threw it away, and it'll be on to second for Ryan Cornwell.
Not what you want to do against an undefeated team early in the game there, Brett. He just forgot to crow hop. That's all. I mean, he fielded it, made a nice job fielding the ball, but just never took that step, and it sailed on him. So you were talking, Brett, about pregame jitters. Might have had a little bit of that right there.
Fielded it well, just like you said, just couldn't get the throw down, as here's Kevin Putnam going after the first pitch, sending this one to deep left field and making a diving grab.
Wow.
Out in left field is Ethan Brown. Tagging from second will be Cornwell, but what a play by Ethan Brown.
What a catch. Looks like they're going to replay here. Hopefully.
I mean, not only did he have to chase that down, but had to go full extension to make the play.
Oh, he hit that ball well, kept his hands back. He drilled it. Oh, what a great camera job by Craig. Absolutely fantastic camera work. What a tremendous catch. Boy, that was better on replay as it was live, Brett.
So 1 out, the go-ahead run at first, and first pitch swinging, Ben Dean, and that'll go over the head of the left fielder and all the way to the wall, and the Huskies strike first. So the error comes back to haunt the Lakers as Ben Dean, RBI double, and Monadnock leads it 1-0.
Yeah, heck of a job in the outfield there, Brett, getting that ball in. But you hit the nail right on the head right there. If he was kept at first base, he would not have gone home because he made a great relay throw in on a line, and he would have been stopped at third without a doubt. So you're right. With 2 outs, that was costly.
2 hard-hit balls back-to-back by the Huskies, and they have the 1-0 lead. So Monadnock, which had trailed earlier in both their playoff games this season, they get out to the early lead here.
Interestingly enough, Brett, both of those drives into left field were hanging curveballs right around the waist level on the inside part of the plate, and that just doesn't get any better than that for a hitter.
Brings up Hayden Haddock, the designated hitter.
I don't know about you, Brett. I think this is a big out. Interlakes gets out of it with 1. That's one thing, but this is a big out for him. Yeah, he's got first base open, so it looks like he's not going to give him anything here. Not a bad thought if he's got a good average here. Not a bad idea to just work around the plate, allow the force to happen on an infield. Nothing really here to lose.
Falling behind here. As we mentioned in the semifinal game against Messinic, Bosket was dealing with trouble all game long, but as we mentioned, gave up no earned runs in the game.
Oh, he got the corner. That was a pretty generous call, I thought, right there, Brett. I don't know about you, but...
Again, Lee Champagne, our home plate umpire, Rick Force over at first base. And
he saw it. He was right off. He was very deliberate with it, so he saw it.
Matt Buteau, the umpire at third, and that'll be a walk. So now first and second here for the Huskies, leading at 1-0, and it brings up Aiden Gibson.
Hey, Ben, hold on.
Well, okay. I actually like it because any infield ball, you've got a forced play at second, and that's always a little easier, especially if it's in the hole, a bobble, whatever. It gives you an opportunity at second base to get it there sooner. So, not a bad idea, but he's got to pitch to the plate now.
Use that for the pitcher cam.
So here's Alden Gibson, starting third baseman with 2 on and 1 out. Huskies taking advantage of an early fielding error by the Lakers.
Yeah, it does not want to load him up here. Looks like he's rushing a little bit. I like the call of the pitching coach to come out here and try to settle him down a little bit, Brett. Yeah, this is a good move. He was starting to rush a little bit. Wasn't really completing his extension on his move to the plate. Kind of coming up short and sailing on him a little bit. So just want to get the mechanics down here and kind of calm down, give him a little breather in between, make sure everybody's on the same page.
As we mentioned, Interlakes led by head coach Dan Kernan, while Monadnock led by head coach Tom Cody.
Boy, I don't know what his height is, but he's well over 6 feet right here, Brett. That's funny about baseball. They don't give you it's not like football. They give you the basketball. You get all the heights and the weights.
Showing bunt.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
And Gibson pulls back to take ball one. So a leadoff throwing error by Interlakes, followed by a line out. That allowed Cornwell to tag, and then Ben Dean, RBI double, bringing in the first run. And Gibson with a chance here with 2 on.
Yeah, I think he'd like to have that pitch back there. He took a lot off that, and it came right over the plate.
Hits this one high and deep into left center field. Drifting back is Bodwin, and he'll make the catch near the track.
There are some baseball fields that might have been, we were just talking about that, Brett. You had brought that up. What about the geometrics of this field that are different? I think that might have been one right there that helped help Interlakes.
Big second out for Interlakes.
Yeah, they needed that, and no advancement at the same time. Monadnock, runner at second base, doing a great job of really trying to make it difficult for those 2 infielders in the middle. Forcing them to come off late, hopefully get them out of position, put one through the hole. Wow, that's drilled.
Into deep center field, and it'll get over the head of the center fielder, and this should plate 2. And it will. RBI triple.
Yeah, he's pumped.
Cam Olivo driving in 2, and the Huskies up 3-0.
Yeah, that error is really coming back to haunt now. Ostensibly, you're really looking at the third out there. It's hard to predict that because conditions would have changed if he made the out, but certainly has been costly so far. I'm not sure. I thought he might have got a glove on that last hit there, but he got a late break on it.
3-0 Monadnock here in the first inning as Jake Hilliard takes a strike. So Cam Olivo driving in 2 on the 3-bagger. In the air to right field, playable for Bailey. He'll make the catch, and that'll retire the side. But the Huskies get 3 here in the first, and they lead at 3-0.
Good hitting.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, looks like we're going to get started here. Top of the second. Monadnock won the first one, Brett.
Ben Bodwin will go after the first pitch, and it'll be into center field, and Hilliard makes the grab. So
Nice hit.
One out.
Nice hit there, but dropped his shoulder just a dite. Kind of lifted that, gave that ball the lift to sail to the outfielder, but a good, strong hit. Boy, Putnam just can't wait to deliver, huh?
He's been working hard.
He has.
So here's Jack Gintoff. Starting center fielder. Down and in.
A lot of vocal support coming from the Lakers dugout. Brett, they know that they've got to put something together here pretty soon. Don't want to give Monadnock 2 innings in a row where they can outscore you.
Both teams came from behind in their semifinal games to appear here this morning, as that is a walk, 1-out walk.
Nice job by Jack, not biting on anything.
Brings up T.J. Bailey.
Looks like his delivery's a little bit short right now, too.
Try to bunt, does Bailey, and goes foul. Both of these schools have multiple towns that they represent. Interlakes has Meredith, Center Harbor, Sandwich.
Yep.
While Monadnock with Fitzwilliam, Gilsum, Richmond, Roxbury, Swansea, and Troy, the sending towns.
That pickoff attempt there came from the bench. I watched him sign him out there. Yeah, they want to keep him close, so. A lot of communication going back and forth.
Two and one.
So get ready. There might be he might try to steal.
That walk broke up a string of 4 in a row retired by Putnam.
Yeah, fake the advance there from first base. Trying to get in the heads of the minds of the battery here, Brett. Very important for a good runner to do.
Swing and a miss. Tied him up.
That's a big out right there.
Third strikeout for Putnam. And it brings up the DH, Danny Bean. Interlakes went 13-2 during the regular season. Their 2 losses to White Mountains and Hopkinton.
Not too bright, man. You good? Make sure we're not overexposed.
Interlakes was really good on the road this year. They were 7-1 away from their home diamond. Interlakes lost their season opener 4-3 to Hopkinton before they rattled off 9 straight wins.
Okay, let me figure it out.
And again, a very competitive Division III. That one's golfed foul down the third base line by Danny Bean. If Bean can reach, his brother Rafe Bean is standing on deck. Kind of reaching for this one, flies it into shallow center field, shallow enough that Cornwell will make the catch, and the side is retired as the Lakers leave a runner at first, and through an inning and a half, still 3-0 Monadnock.
Yeah, as a much better job by Putnam there. If you notice, he slowed down, he extended his delivery, but took a little more time in between. Nice pitch. People still filing in here, Brett.
First of 4 games here. My Monadnock lineup is all screwed up here, so we're going to try and adjust as we go along. Was not given the correct lineup here in the press box, so we'll do our best.
Oh, it is a 10 o'clock in the morning
It
game.
is. It is a 10 o'clock. Ethan Brown steps in and takes ball 1. Pitch misses outside. Again, the Huskies, I believe, one of those 3 runs will be unearned when it's all put together. Of course, the error that started the bottom of the first.
Yeah, that's still Ryan, right, out there? On the mound?
Ryan Boskett still on the mound.
Right. I couldn't see his number.
A little surprising,
nice
both teams are wearing white jerseys here. Usually...
Yeah, that must have been a mix-up. You don't see that very often.
Nobody got the memo on that.
I've seen both wearing white pants, but usually the jersey's going to be a different color.
Usually the lower seed will wear the road jersey.
Yes.
2-1. There was 3-1 actually, and
yeah, with these pitches, you can't blink because both of these guys are delivering quick. Not much time in between. But it's a rhythm. It's a rhythm they're comfortable with.
So the leadoff man aboard here in the second inning. 3-0 Huskies. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Not in time.
Yeah, he got a great jump. I don't know if we can get that on camera on a replay, but you watch the jump on the delivery he had maybe from that upfield camera there. Here we go. Watch the jump he gets. He's way out at the end of the yeah. Yeah, and he's got some speed, too. Head first slide. Did everything right there. Got to keep them close.
If you're Monadnock, seems like keep the foot on the gas pedal here early.
I couldn't agree with you more, Brett. I think that's exactly what's going on.
Like we said, Boskett was great in that semifinal win against Messinic, but as we mentioned, he played with a lot of fire in that game and was able to avoid giving up any runs. This one hit high in the air, left center field. Bodwin will make the catch.
Nice throw. Oh, what a great throw.
Gets it in for 1 out. So there's 1 away, and we go back to the top of the order with Ryan Cornwell, who reached on the error to lead off the bottom of the first.
Yeah, they still got old man in the mountain there. Even though he's no longer with us.
It's been about 20 years.
It's been about 20 years, right? And I think about 40 years when they fixed him, right? Somewhere around there. Didn't they have to fix him at one point? Put some rods and pins in there, and then finally that gave way. We were just talking about that the other night. That was quite a thing driving up there in 93 through the notch there, and you see that profile. Well,
now there's a whole generation asking, what is that on the license plate?
Good job, Monadnock. Little history lesson while we're playing baseball.
2-strike pitch on the way. Try to get him to bite.
Yeah, he's not coming through his full extension on that front leg there. Coming forward with his hips a little early. It causes the ball to sail. There you go. Oh, that looked like a good pitch, but must have been low. Struggling a little bit out there. But he's got first base open, and so far from what we're seeing from Interlakes, they seem to be willing to exploit that.
Misses away, and the count now full. Payoff pitch. Fists it foul.
Oh, right above us. Souvenir for the birds up there.
And again, foul.
That went right off of the cone, I think, didn't it? Right off the end of the bat.
Closest game Monadnock played this season was back on May 25th.
Yeah,
they won 8-4.
It was impressive season, yeah. Yeah, nobody really tested them. But as I said before on pregame, Brett, you saw Monadnock. I didn't get a chance to see Interlakes practice, but watch the pregame. They look very solid.
Again, payoff pitch. Hit high in the air, left field. Loudwood is there, makes the catch. Runner tags.
Heads up play.
And he'll make it in safe.
Yeah, in that situation with nobody on first and first baseman, you really want to go cover second there, Brett. And if he did, he would have been able to hold him on and double him off. But because he didn't, he was able to go back and tag up. Watch this. You got the shortstop. You've actually got the second baseman involved in this play, too, chasing the ball. As soon as that happens, the first baseman's got to leave position. There's no impact at first base at this point. See, okay, there's your second baseman fielding the ball behind him. There's nobody there. That's what allowed him to get that massive tag up and jump. And he had the ability to run back, so why not just keep going? Outfielder didn't really release it that early and took advantage.
And make it 4-0 Monadnock as the 1-0 pitch by Kevin Putnam puts it into left field, and the Huskies add on another.
And again, an unforced error creates that opportunity because he would not have gotten home. I don't think he would have gone from second base if he was there. So Monadnock, give them credit. They're exploiting every single angle, and when you got a record like and the sort of gaps in the games that we look at through their regular season, you can see why. You have to do the fundamental things right to do that.
As much as they can hit for power, they're doing the small ball.
They sure are.
Have the runner take off here, and in safely is Putnam.
Well, that's what we talked about at the beginning of the game. You don't want to give Monadnock an early lead because you're giving them the risk factor goes down by taking risk. It's not the same in a close game, so now they can utilize a little of that capital, and you can see they do it with precision here.
Bosque will step off the mound here. Again, Monadnock has been hitting Bosque pretty hard here.
Yeah.
And they, again, in that first inning, were jumping all over him early.
In some of those, he's been falling behind on the count, and he's had to bring it into the plate. And
some of the mistakes that he was able to get away with against Masinek, not going to be able to do it against a team like Monadnock here, and they have been all over the starting pitcher early here.
Yep. He is taking a little more time between pitches. I think that'll help him. Yeah, I think this is smart. I was a pitcher myself, always a believer that you take your time in between pitches.
Ground ball nicely stabbed by Dunn Jr. Throws to first in time. What a play.
What a terrific play. Let's get that on replay.
Dean robbed of a base hit. Dunn Jr. diving to his left to make the play, and the side is retired.
Here we go. Watch the position. He gets in great position. Good reaction. Yeah. Watch him get up and set himself properly. Nice straight throw. Nice pickup by the first baseman. That's a nice play right there.
Monadnock, though, does add another run, and they lead it 4-0.
Yeah, he doesn't make that play, though, Brett. This could have got a lot worse. Don't you think?
Certainly will be happy with getting away with just one right there, and the defense showing up big time for Interlakes.
Well, Interlakes never thought they'd be in a situation where they were going to hold Monadnock to 3 runs. Their issue is getting their own offense going. This game, in my opinion, could very easily be 1 or 2-0 if it wasn't for a couple unforced errors. But what is it now, 4-0? I mean, that's not out of the ballpark, no pun intended, to be able to accomplish. But they've really got to put something on the board. They got to get that goose egg off the board and get some sort of offense going here. Don't be surprised if you see a bunt here right off. Try to get a guy try to get a man on base. Sorry, Brett.
It'll be the bottom of the order for the Lakers, 8, 9, and 1.
Yeah.
See if that nice play there by Dunn Jr. maybe gets things going here for the Lakers. So we thank everybody for joining us. The Division III 2022 NHIAA Service Credit Union Baseball Championships in conjunction with FNL NH Media here on a beautiful Saturday. Monadnock out to the 4-0 lead here in the top of the third inning.
It's been a wonderful partnership with NFHS we've had, Brett. And Don Boyle has just been terrific to work with, as well as the NHIAA. And we hope you're enjoying what we're bringing to you today. We certainly enjoy doing it.
Kevin Putnam, the starting pitcher for Monadnock. He's been dealing so far. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. That's the only base runner he's allowed so far.
I thought we were going to see a bunt.
Going right after it here is Interlakes.
He's playing a deep third base. I'd be all over that, Brett. Look how far back he is. Look at now he's going back even further.
Alden Gibson, the third baseman.
Of course, it's 2 strikes, but even so.
Reef Bean lays off that one.
What do we got for a count here?
2-2, I believe.
2-2. Yeah, I think you're right. Ooh.
Bean, the sophomore, rips it foul. Danny Bean is his brother, hitting above him. Danny Bean's a freshman, Rafe a sophomore.
So Interlakes got some young talent coming up here. That's pretty exciting. Be a freshman and sophomore playing a championship game. That bodes well for the Lakers.
Just 4 seniors on this Lakers roster.
Yeah. So they must have some a pretty solid core of underclassmen. Oh, what a great breaking ball. Wow, he just froze him right there.
4th strikeout of the game for Putnam, and the first out in the third inning.
That was the best pitch of the day so far right there. What you want to do is you want to have that come over the inside of the plate, not start down the inside and go over the plate. And when that happens, the first thing that the batter does is he reads ball. And then all of a sudden you get frozen. You can't move your bat, you can't move your hips, your hands are too late, and that thing comes right over the corner of the bag, of the plate.
Number 9 hitter Addie Kernan.
That's just a terrific pitch right there at the right time.
1 out, top of the third, ground ball, shortstop. Gobbling it up is Brannon, makes the strong throw to away.
For you baseball infield addicts, take a look at this replay right here. You're going to see what they call soft hands. He brings it out. He has his glove out ahead of him. And as that ball comes into his glove, watch him pull it in, which softens the blow. That's a hard hit. See that? Brings it right up inside, sets himself. Outstanding play. Some of that's God-given, but not all of it. A lot of that is learned and worked on.
Here's a bunt by Potter, and he'll reach safely, and that should be the first base hit of the game for the Lakers.
It's been there all game. I've been saying that, Brett. It's been there all game. You can't have a third base playing that deep. You've got to bring him up. As soon as you bring him up like that, if nothing else, when you get a hit in the gap on the ground there, he can't cover the same amount of ground, so it opens up a lot of base hits. You've got to, just like you've got to keep a runner on first base, you got to keep him close as a pitcher. A third baseman has got to come up. You can't give that bunt away.
First hit of the game for Interlakes. Comes with 2 away as Ryan Boskett, the starting pitcher, trying to help his own cause. He's 0 for 1, flew out to left field first time up. Second time through the order now here for the Lakers.
Yeah. This is, I have no doubt in my mind both coaches have told these pitchers to slow it down just a little bit because both of them have come out in this last inning and done so.
Called strike.
Right now, Putnam's doing a great job. He's not putting it over the plate, Brett. He's working around the corners, the outside perimeter of the plate, back and forth, in and out.
2-2, hit in the air, center field. Can of corn, though, there for Hilliard, and he'll make the catch, and the side is retired. Lakers get a hit, but they strand the runner, and through 2.5, still 4-0, Huskies on top.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hayden Haddock will lead it off here in the bottom of the third, excuse me. 4-0 Huskies. 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second. Lakers picked up their first hit of the game last half inning as Hayden Haddock takes a strike. Haddock walked first time up. Bosket back on for another inning of work. Again, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Hard hit ball, left field. Drifting back. Bodwin makes the catch, 1 away. Your Interlakes, you'd love to see a nice quick 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, they need that. This is all about Interlakes getting on the board at this point, and I think taking time in between pitches has given him a little bit of a better opportunity to locate take the signs from behind the plate.
So here's Connor Brannon.
Yeah, he's if you notice, you watch his movement towards the plate, he's much more of a healthy movement toward the plate. He's getting the ball where he wants to. Kind of coming over the top a little bit. That's a lot of pitchers do that. I did it when you run into a little control problem. Yeah, nice work. But when you run into a control problem, Brett, you want to come over the top just a little bit. He seems to be in sync now. Yeah, he's pitching well now. I could feel this when he came out this inning. Just little things he was doing mechanically that has given him an opportunity to locate the pitches where he wants.
Quickly 2 down. Brings up Cam Olivo.
He's got to keep that up against a strong offensive lineup of Monadnock, for sure. Yeah, he's hitting the corners of the plate now, Brett. So much fun to watch pitchers and catchers go to work.
Like we said, when you usually get a venue like this, a lot of pitching and defense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And we've seen a little bit of everything here this afternoon from both teams.
I can't emphasize enough beginning of the game when you brought up about the different length and the alleys in this field and how it's changed the game in the early innings where a lot of these runs came in. I would argue that Monadnock could have had a home run early on, a 3-run homer there earlier, and they were able to pull it down. Wow, that ball is belted.
Olivo hits it deep to center field, and that's going to go off the wall. Played well out there in center field by Gintoff.
He sure did.
But it's a 2-out double for Cam Olivo.
Well, give Gintoff a credit right there, Brett, because he knew he wasn't going to get it, and everything was about lining himself up to get the carom off of the wall, and he threw a strike right into his cutoff man, and there was no way he was going to third base. So that's good judgment by him out there, being able to see early. He wasn't going to catch up to it. Nice work.
Again, another situation where that one might have been gone in any other high school ballpark.
Any high school ballpark. I don't think there's any doubt.
Jake Hilliard now steps in, the center fielder. 2 away after the 2-out double by Cam Olivo.
Boy, he got good metal on that.
Pitch is down and in. Good stop there by Kernan, the catcher. Okay, Monadnock's been hitting the ball hard all afternoon.
They have.
Bosket trying to keep things where it's at. 4-0. 4 hits for the...
I think any time... sorry about that, Brett. Go ahead.
I was just saying 4 hits for the Huskies here.
Yeah. I think anything Ryan can do to slow his deliveries down is going to benefit him greatly. A batter wants a pitcher that's just going to keep on throwing batting practice at him. That's what any batter wants. Take time, kind of get him off of his game, do some pickoff attempts. Nice pitch there.
Looked like Hilliard wanted to pull the trigger there, but couldn't.
Yeah.
And the count now at 2-2.
That looked like a slider.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, runner at second. Back up the middle, and that'll sneak through for a base hit. They're going to wave the runner around, and it will now be 5-0 Monadnock, a 2-out base hit by Jake Hilliard to drive in the run.
Well, what created that was the motion of the pickoff. The second baseman has to honor that. And if you remember, he was running back to his position, and that ball went right up the gut, and he couldn't get back there. If he was able to set, he might have had a chance in and out there. I think he would have.
So again, Monadnock taking advantage of the situations they're handed.
Yeah, but it's not just, you're absolutely right, but that wasn't handed, that was earned, in the sense that you're doing the right things by mixing up these defensive players, by utilizing your position at second base to drive them bananas. That's
Runner
a good
goes in safely and into center field, and that will move the runner along to third. Yeah. Great base running awareness there by Jake Hilliard. Stolen base on to third. Wasn't a bad throw there from Kernan.
Remember, bases were empty and there's 2 outs. I mean, this all happened. This is 2-out hitting and 2-out strategy that from decisions from the dugout that are absolutely the right ones to make, and they're doing it with precision.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, he'd like to have that one back and not swing at it. But it really looked like Ryan was getting into a groove out there, and then that big hit.
It looked like it was going to be a 1-2-3 quick inning for Interlakes. Yeah. But then the double, the single, that's all it takes for this hot-hitting Huskies team. 0-2 pitch, high and tight.
Looked like he might have stretched his arm a little bit there.
Nobody warming in the Interlakes bullpen.
Yeah, anytime a pitcher shows those signs, probably want to take a little trip out there and just talk to him, and especially at the high school level.
Called strike 3, and
nice
down
pitch.
goes Hilliard.
Nice pitch.
Excuse me, Ethan Brown going down looking, and that is the second strikeout of the game, and the Huskies getting another run here in the third. They now lead at 5-0.
Well, that was clearly his best inning that Ryan pitched right there. Just he had one deep ball there and some stolen bases, and just like you called it, some great small ball there just to grab an extra run.
Well, like we said, when you look at Monadnock's numbers coming in, you see, scores of 14-0, 20-5, 21-1, 16-3. But then when you see them stealing bases, laying down bunts,
driving the pitcher, and the infield was crazy when they have men on base. They're a total team, no question about it.
Like we said, this is the first meeting between these two teams here. They did not meet during the regular season. Monadnock trying to make it back-to-back state championships here this season. They won it last year in 2021. It would be the second time in school history Monadnock would try and go back-to-back. They did it in 1984 and 1985. First pitch swinging for Craig Dunn Jr. He fouls it off. He struck out looking back in the first.
Boy, that seems so long ago.
In fact, Monadnock during the 80s made 5 state championship appearances during that decade. They were runners-up in 81, 82, and 87. They won it in 84 and 85. Pitch misses outside.
Yeah, he's back to that fast pace again.
Kevin Putnam, he's been very good here this afternoon.
He sure has.
And he's now ahead in the count here, 1-2. Just one hit for the Lakers. It was a bunt single back in the second. Putnam's 1-2. Hit in the air. Center field, not much movement for Hilliard, and he'll shade over to his left, make the catch, and there's one away. Just seems Monadnock very comfortable in this setting right now, and just another game for them.
Yeah, they get some speed in that outfield, too. If you watch center fielder
Jake Hilliard.
Jake Hilliard. He's got some range. All three outfielders I've been watching, they break extremely well on the hit. As soon as there's contact made, you can see that they read and react very quickly. A lot of communication out there. Nice pitch. That's getting back to that breaking ball that starts out inside of the plate and then comes and wraps right around the inside corner, and that's just so difficult to.
Bodwin made that nice diving catch out in left field.
Yeah.
He is 0 for 1, flew out to center field first time up. 1-2 the count here.
He's had two good defensive plays, right? In the first inning, he had that.
Fielded it off the wall there.
Yeah.
And then he also made the nice diving catch.
Yeah.
So he's
having a good day defensively.
Pitch high and tight.
That's a curve ball that didn't curve.
2-2 the count. Bodwin, just a sophomore. Talk about that youth we were discussing earlier.
He jammed him well.
Weak ground ball, third base side. Gibson with the throw.
Great range.
And there's 2 away.
Geez, number 11 reminds me of a young Dennis Eckersley when you see him run with the hat and the hair and the stride that he has. He reminds me of the Eck. The Eck on third base.
Alden Gibson over at third base.
He did a great job there. Kept his glove in his body, his hips down. Whoa.
Gibson, the sophomore. As 2 out, nobody on, and it's Jack Gintoff, the center fielder. He bunted his way on for the only hit for the Lakers this afternoon.
Gibson's got quite a gun on him. He fired that thing to first base.
Played it well, maybe was a little bit cognizant of being deep in the hole there earlier in the game. Trying to play a little bit more even with the bag. 2-0 here on Gintoff. Haven't seen Putnam fall behind too often here this afternoon. If anything, he's worked ahead in the count here throughout this contest. Pitch misses in, ball 4.
Good job. If it's not there, don't swing.
Second base runner of the game, and it's been Gintoff both times.
Yeah, Ryan's had a few balls get away from him here this inning. It looks like he's the curve balls are just coming off of his hand.
Showing bunt is T.J. Bailey, and pulls back to take a ball.
Boy, Aiden Gibson's impressing me. If you saw how fast he got in on that bunt, as soon as he broke, there we go.
Comes darting in from the third base side, and Bailey pulls back.
Yeah, they were originally coming down the left field line, Brett, and if they're bunting right now, they're going down the first base line. He's not going to give it to Gibson.
T.J. Bailey, a junior.
I get a kick out of Putnam. He is. Nice pitch.
Bailey swinging out of the strike zone there, 2-1.
Yeah, that looked like a little high and tight there. He kind of backed away from the plate.
And now Dan Kernan saw what we saw and wants to have a little chat with his right fielder, T.J. Bailey. Again, just the the third base runner of the game. Alex Potter had the base single. Gintoff has walked both times, so my apologies there. But either way, it's been few and far between base runners here for the Lakers. So sensing big opportunity here, but 2 away.
Yep. Yeah, he's having trouble. He's releasing that ball up above his shoulder, Brett. And it's a lot of it's he's coming ahead of his delivery. There he goes. Yeah, there you go.
Pumps in a strike. Full count. 2 out, runner at first.
There he goes.
Called strike 3, and
Nice
Bailey
pitching.
goes down looking.
That's so hard to do for a young man when they're pitching like that. Things start getting out of control. McCann, what did he do? He went right back to the straight over the top delivery and delivered 2 dynamite pitches. Froze him.
Fifth strikeout of the game for Kevin Putnam, and through 3.5, 5-0, Huskies on top.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Bottom of the fifth inning, bottom four, as the Huskies lead it 5-0. Just one hit for the Lakers, as it's Shanks, Cornwell, and Putnam due up here in the fourth. Huskies scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. 5 runs on 5 hits. Bosket back in for another inning of work, and he's fallen behind here. Shanks, the right fielder. Hit on the ground.
Nice off-speed pitch. Oh!
Booted by the second baseman, Wes Bailey. And that'll be the second error of the game here on the Lakers.
Wes really need to set himself in front of that ball. He had the opportunity to straddle in front of it and make the highest percentage play. He chose just to throw his glove at it. Watch this when he's out in the field here. You'll see that he's just kind of stabbing at the ball. See, he's not set in front of it. Had plenty of time. Just a little bit of mechanical error, and that's just work that out.
Third time through the order now as we hit the top of the order. Ryan Cornwell.
Yeah, he's a little frustrated with himself right now, but he's got to come back and turn a double.
Cornwell reached on that third base error back in the first. Flew out to left field in the second. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes a ball. Huskies beating Hopkinton in Berlin to get here to the state championship game. Was a good game with Berlin, as we mentioned. Monadnock trailing in that game 2-0.
Yeah.
That's quite a trip for Berlin to go down there to Swansea. Well, actually, they played at a neutral site, so there you go.
Yeah.
But still, not.
We saw that with basketball when we were doing the basketball games. Some of the trips that between White Mountains coming down to Bedford and of course that's the winter time.
Yes,
where you got it's cold and slippery and unpredictable, and
always think about Colebrook and Pittsburgh making those drive down.
That's God's country up there. Coos County. A little late on that. Yeah, they're getting great jumps there.
Shanks stealing second.
Well, that's the delivery for the pitch. He's not really holding him on. He's trying to focus on the batter. And Monadnock just keeps on pushing. They don't stop. They're very mechanical, make good decisions every single pitch. They maximize their strategy to the max to cause havoc. And if you ignore them, they're going to bite you.
Count is now full on Ryan Cornwell, the starting second baseman. Jumps after the payoff pitch into right center field. Charging in and making the catch is Bailey. He'll quickly get it into third base to hold the runner at second, and there's one out.
So he got himself a strong arm right there. Looks like Dwight Evans. Now that's going to – you don't remember Dwight Evans, do you? You're way too young for that.
Well, I'm 33, so
I'm 59, so – but Dwight Evans, the finest right fielder I ever saw in my lifetime. Of course, I'm a little partial to the Sox, but he had an arm. He could throw it from the foul pole all the way to third base and throw a tagger right out on the fly.
Kevin Putnam trying to help his own cause.
All right, who do you suppose he threw the ball to? We're going to check it. Who did he throw the ball to? Who's the third baseman?
Dwight Evans?
Yeah, no. Well, right fielder, yeah, but who did he throw it to in the Red Sox?
Third base that would have been, as this pitch is hit in the air to right field, hugging towards the foul line is Bailey. Can't make the play. It's a fair ball.
Wow.
And it's going to be a ground rule double as the ball bounced off into the foul territory, and everybody will hold up. So the runner will be allowed to score.
Yep.
Ground rule double for Kevin Putnam, and the Huskies now lead it 6-0.
Yeah, that would have been a triple if it wasn't for a ground ruler.
So Shank scores. Bailey.
He's saying something. I think he's trying to say that it was foul, but that looked fair to me. Let's see in the replay here. Well, a little AC/DC comes on in the break here.
I thought it bounced fair.
I thought it did too. I don't know if we have a slow-mo of that, Ben, or not, but I know if we do, he'll try to get it.
TJ Bailey, the right fielder, is the one trying to argue it. And now they're going to say it's a fair ball. Run will score.
Yeah.
And now Dan Kernan.
Oh, here we go. Maybe we'll get a look here. There it is. Yeah, we're not going to see. That's the only view we have. But if you look at that, we're not going to get it from that angle. Yeah.
Second RBI of the game for Putnam.
But I'm pretty sure you're right, Brett. I think that was a fair ball.
It looked fair all the way. And it's a little tough down the line.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's going to be tough, too. But he's in fair territory there.
Did he let it drop thinking that it was foul, or I think he just completely missed it?
Yeah, that hit his glove.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's automatically fair if it hits his glove. He was in fair grounds there. If you go by the warning track over there, there's no. Yeah, he was. Looks to me like in fair. Yeah, good call. Yeah.
Rick Force, our first base umpire.
Brett got out of answering my trivia question, but I'm going to hit him with it later. Rico Petroselli. And then right after him for a short period of time, Butch Hobson.
There you go.
Yep.
Former Nashua Pride manager.
Yes. Known to New Hampshire folk well.
6-0 the score here in the bottom of the fourth inning. As Ben Dean.
Yeah, shortstop's got to back him up. There's nobody on first or second base, so he has no worry there. In that case, a shortstop has got to go sprint and back him up there, Brett. Those little fundamentals, that's what high school baseball is all about, is gradually getting better and better, knowing what to do in every situation. Oh, what a rip.
Add on another run for the Huskies. They lead it 7-0 as Ben Dean drives in Kevin Putnam.
Had to bring the infield in there, and I don't think that would have been a hit anyway. That thing was roped.
That is the second RBI of the game for Ben Dean. And Dan Kernan has seen enough. He's going to make the call as he'll make the motion to Jack Gintoff. Looks like Gintoff is going to come in to pitch here as Boskett did as good as he could.
You just took the words right out of my mouth. He needed some help against this team from his other 8 players there on the field. And in some cases in left field, he got a lot of help. But there's some, that error at second base. And look, this is high school ball. You're going to have errors, right? That's what it is. And learn from that and continue to get better. But as a pitcher against a team with the quality of Monadnock, he needed every defensive play to work. And I think he would have had this would not be 7-0 by any stretch, Brett, if he had that. But at this point, don't disagree with moving. He's got to try to change the paradigm of the game here and close it out. Looked like he might have been losing a little bit of his velocity. Bringing in a southpaw. Music to my ears.
So Boskett, the senior, he'll be lifted here. And Jack Gintoff, the senior center fielder. So I would imagine Gintoff, the pitcher, and Boskett will go to center field, but haven't seen that move made quite yet. Dan Kernan out there. Kernan still having that conversation with Rick Force on that questionable play down the right first base line. Again, from my perspective, it looked like it was fair and it was the right call. But again, the way TJ Bailey was arguing it in right field, it made it seem like that it was foul all the way. But it didn't matter because he touched it in fair territory.
It looked to me like, didn't you see that? It looked to me like in our replay it hit the glove.
Yeah.
And he was in fair ground when he touched it. So can't blame a guy for trying there. But the umpire was running right down the line Monadnock fans over there starting to feel good. You can tell they're getting a little louder. Not that they were silent, but feeling good right now with a 7-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th inning.
So Gintoff is on the pitcher's mound. It looks like Bosket is going to go to left field.
Yep. Yeah, I think they're going to try to bring some of that speed. No, looks like. Where's he going?
Yeah, he's going to go to left field.
They're going to have a little conversation, but probably looking to get the speed in the center part of the field now that they're bringing in Gintoff.
So Bodwin would go to center field, and that's what's going to happen.
Yes.
So Bodwin to center.
Got to have the legs in center.
And Bosket will go to left field. So Jack Gintoff will come in here, our first pitching change of the game. The left-handed senior. He's going to face the meat of the order here. Hayden Haddock, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. And Monadnock trying to make it back-to-back state championships. Did it last year in 2021. Looking to do it here in 2022. Looking to cap off the perfect season.
My guess is they were going to split this game anyway. Look, this young fellow already looks like he knows how to hurl the ball.
Remember, Bosket went the complete game distance on Tuesday, so.
Yeah, he's had some work. Yep. Whoa.
That's rifled foul, 1-1. Monadnock was 11-0 at home this season, 8-0 on the road, including the postseason contests. As Newmarket has arrived for their contest, the Mules for the Division IV contest. Talk about two historic programs, Newmarket and Sunapee, going at it in the Division IV contest. The nightcapper will be the Division II state championship. A lot of great baseball here at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium as Gintoff trying to get on the right page with Kernan.
I just credit the NHIAA for obviously having this venue to play the game in and having 4 games in a row. It's so much fun in sports when they do that. A lot of people that will stay around or come early to watch another game of their choice. So it builds. The basketball was a great, just a wonderful big Sunday there with Divisions 1, 2, and the girls 1 and 2.
All of them at UNH for the most part, for girls at least, right?
Yeah, 3 and 4 they did down at Keene, and that was a wonderful experience covering those games. We did 20 basketball games for NFHS in that run, and there were some exciting young people that left it all on the table, left it all on the court, and kind of seeing that, I fully expect that today with these teams. So.
Connor Brandon is the batter with 2 out, runner at first. Already 2 plated here in this 4th inning. 7-0 Monadnock. Gintoff misses inside. Lakers with just 1 hit this afternoon, a bunt single by Alex Potter. Kevin Putnam's been really good for the Huskies. Gintoff gets in a strike there. 3-1. And that'll even up the count or keep the count full, 3-2. Number 5 hitter, Connor Brannon with Cam Olivo on deck. Olivo a double and a triple here this afternoon. Brandon's 0 for 2. As you said, Steve, Interlakes got some talent here. Only 4 seniors they're losing.
4 seniors, that's it. Wow. And how many of those were in the starting roster?
3.
3. So they got 2/3 of their guys coming back and going to be older, bigger, faster, stronger, and more experienced. So this Interlakes program is got some good days ahead of them.
Hit and run call there, and this one's hit high and deep into right center field, and it is not going to be caught, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Could this be an inside the park home run? No, they're going to hold. Yeah, they're going to wave him around. Here comes Brannon inside the park, home run.
We talked about that at the beginning of the game. Wow.
9-0, Monadnock.
Well, when you overthrow your first cutoff, he overthrew the first cutoff, and in that situation, the cutoff man's got to say, hit me, hit me. I don't know if he did or he didn't, but because of that, he overthrew him, and that's what allowed him to come home. Let's take a look at this. So he hits the ball. All right, there's your long cut back there at shortstop, and watch the short. We're going to see if we see it. Nice job recovering, but he completely threw it over his first cutoff man, and there was really nobody there. So
if it hits the cutoff man, maybe they hold that runner.
There's
third.
no doubt. Oh,
Yeah.
there's no doubt. I mean, there's no way they would have sent him home. Ow! Excuse me. Just hit my elbow on the wall.
Cam Olivo
Didn't move.
Cam Olivo now the batter after the 2-run home run by Connor Brannon. Olivo is 2 for 2, a triple and a double, run scored.
I thought he had a chance at that ball. I expected he was going to catch that because he got a great break on it and did a great job sprinting. Never took his eye off the ball. It just sailed a little bit too long, and then he tumbled over, but he was able to do a great job of recovering quick. It was just you want to hit that first cut and allow him to run that ball into the infield. Nice pitch. Wow. That was a nice curveball.
Monadnock has scored in every inning so
What did
far.
Bob Uecker? Just a little bit outside. No, just a little outside.
The 1-2.
Wow, that ball
Hit
is
high
hammered.
and deep into
That may be
left
outta here.
field, and it is
Outta here.
gone.
Wow.
Off the brew house sign in left field.
What a shot.
Cam Olivo. He is now a single shy of hitting for the cycle.
Great job. Great camera work, man. Yeah, he's never going to forget that the rest of his life. I'm sorry.
I mean, he tattooed that thing.
He'll have other things to do along the way in life, but that'll be something. If anybody ever brings that up, he'll immediately remember what that felt like. What a wonderful thing for a young man to experience. He drilled that ball. Wow. Here's the replay right here. We'll see. Watch the extension that he gets on this ball. Sits back, got his hips back, hands back, whammo.
Knew it as soon as he hit it.
Yep, he sure did. I think Craig got some great film out there with that thing going off the brew house.
5-run, 4th inning for Monadnock.
Yeah, they're extending their lead. There it is, right? Wow, what a great shot, Craig. Super job. Look at this. Oh. Bang. You see the ball coming down. That's great camera work, Craig. He is the man.
Second home run of the game, back-to-back for the Huskies. One inside the park and one a no-doubter.
Wow. Nice pitch. Boy, if you want to see a guy keep his hands back and come through the ball with the hip extension coming right into it, right out of the science of hitting by the greatest hitter of all times, Ted Williams. That's exactly how he speaks of how to drive the ball. And the Splinter, I think, did it better than anybody. Really, when you look at that thin, lean body, but he was able to get that hitch in his swing and get his hip reflexes going and hands back, coming through ahead of the ball.
And this Monadnock team
That's a beautiful hit right there. Wow.
This team has been a hit machine all year long. Bounding ball, second
There you
base, Wes Bailey.
Yeah, Wes, much better job there, Wes. Great job. That's what he wants right there. He wants to get that, get himself planted. Shows you that he can get it done.
5 more. Plate here in the 4th, 9-0 Monadnock as we go to the 5th.
This Interlakes team is got a lot of good things happening to it, though. I know it's a championship game. I know it's 10-0. But these guys have got some talented ball players coming up here, and they're young. I had no idea, Brett, till you kind of went through the lineup there of how young they really are. So, but this is just Monadnock's day today.
6 seniors on this Monadnock roster. All of them starters, so even for Monadnock, they'll have some talent certainly coming back
They just
here.
bring it every year, it seems, huh? You said they won in 16?
They won in
2021.
16.
And then they won in 21, right?
Yep. Yes.
What about between 16 and 20? Did they snag one then, or?
No, they had an appearance in 2015 and 2001.
Okay.
But they were runners-up during those series. So.
Wow, nice hit. Nice hit.
Back up the middle, and Danny Bean picks up the second base knock for the Lakers. Here, that is the first hit since the third inning.
Yeah, Monadnock has fundamentals drilled right into him. Here it is, 10-0, Brett, and the outfielders are sprinting to back up the outfielder that's coming in for the ball, and that's just good coaching and good fundamental, good teaching, playing ball for enough years where it just becomes automatic. That first break to the ball or break to what you're supposed to do is so important to keep doing because you never know.
Rafe Bean, the shortstop, with his brother Danny over at first. Stands in. Kevin Putnam still dealing here for Monadnock. This could be two. Ground ball to the shortstop. On to second for one. The
nice
throw.
Turn.
Not in time.
Nice turn, though, by the second baseman. I don't have the second baseman's name written down. I'd like to say his name because he did a great job there.
Well, that was Ryan Cornwell.
Ryan Cornwell. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. It was under my pen. Nice job.
So they do get the lead runner out. Pitch misses outside. The throw down to second in time.
What a great throw. Watch this on replay if we've got it. Watch where that ball lands. It's the only place it could end up where he was able to. It was right on the tag. It's a fun team to watch. Here we go. Watch how quick he's up. Short throw, right over the top. Look at that. Seeing some good ball today.
Quickly two down and brings up Addie Kernan, the catcher. Swings and misses at that one, and it's quickly 1-2. Correction, 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. Putnam just missing outside again. Putnam has not fallen behind a ton here this afternoon.
No.
Can count him on one hand how many times he's done that. Pitch is back up the middle, and it drops for a base hit. Third one of the game.
Showing off the old center field arm there. His own first baseman couldn't believe it himself. He threw a strike, though.
Yeah, Hilliard tried to get the runner there.
Well, I tried to judge it if he was on the bag. I think it would have been probably safe, but not by much.
So now the top of the order here for Alex Potter. With 2 out and a runner at first. Second time the Lakers have gotten a runner on with 2 out. Jams him on the pitch, and it's dropping quickly, and a diving attempt by Brown, unable to come up with it. And it was a nice effort, but it'll drop. So
made a nice break to the ball. Here we go in the replay. You'll see, if we see him on that lower part of the screen coming in, he was off immediately. You'll see him come in. Yeah, just hit his glove in the wrong spot.
biggest threat all day for the Lakers. 2 on, 2 out. Ryan Bosket, who's 0 for 2, our starting pitcher, now in left field. Snap throw back to first, and it goes, sails into right field, and this actually may score a run, and it will. Charging in from second is Addie Kernan, and the Lakers get their first run of the game on a throwing error by the catcher, Dean.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have done that with a 10-0 lead, Brett. I think just trying to harpoon runners out on the field there with a 10-0 lead. Play the percentages. You got a great pitcher on the mound. You got a tremendous defense. Stranger things have happened when you get off of your game plan, and I think that was a case where the catcher might have made a mental error there that turned out to be
The first biggest mistake that Monadnock has made all afternoon, and now Tom Cody wants to come out and have a chat with his starting pitcher. But like you said, only takes a little break here to get a team moving, even though the game...
when the door's locked, don't unlock it.
Yeah.
And I've always believed that in sports. If you're talking about, football and you're up by 5 touchdowns, don't be throwing the ball downfield with low percentage passes. Just keep on running it, short passes, maintain the clock, etc. I mean, there's situations in all sports. Lacrosse, if you're up by 5 goals in the fourth quarter, don't sit there and run down and try to shoot it and give them the possession back. It doesn't matter what the game is. There's never, ever open the door for somebody on your own.
So after the meeting on the mound, Boskett
earns
the walk.
Putnam's a little upset right now. He looked towards the bench. I don't know if you saw. He looked towards the coaches of the bench after that play, and I think he said, "What do we do here? Come on out. Let's talk this over." And
so 2 on and 2 out as Craig Dunn Jr., the third baseman, digs in. Runners at first and third.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball with a little bit of fire right now, but you don't want to continue if you're Monadnock putting runners in scoring position. There he goes. Give Interlakes credit. Give them credit. They're scrapping. That's why they're here.
Chopped foul.
Yeah, this is, I don't know if you've seen it, Brett. This is a terrific time for a bunt down the third baseline. Just come in, break it late, and the funny thing is, the runner at third doesn't have to go. There's no force. It's an ideal situation for a bunt. Read the bunt. Work your way down the field. You can't miss.
2-2.
No, they got to walk anyway.
Or 3-2.
So this is what we were talking about, Brett, with this play to right, the error to right field over the first baseman's head. All you've done is just given the opportunity for the Lakers fans to get into the game. The players yelling out.
It's their first time they made noise all afternoon, the Laker fans, as Ben Bodwin will step in and he takes a strike. Bodwin 0 for 2. So biggest threat of the day here for the Lakers, trailing 10-1. If they're going to get something, they need to do it here. Ground ball, Gibson, third base, boots it. Scores 1 run. And it's now 10-2, Monadnock.
Now, arguably, that might have been a close play at home plate. I give the third base coach all the credit in the world for holding him on, because his run doesn't matter. It's if you're going to come back in this game, you got to score a lot more than just that one with a 50-50 chance. So watch him. He holds him up. You see him on. He starts going down and he pulls him back after the error. Yep.
Now the 8th batter of the inning will come to the plate.
Yeah, now Lakers are right into this game now.
Jack Gintoff.
I mean, as far as attitude is concerned, they're motivated.
He has walked both times this afternoon.
The outfielders are way in. Certainly the center and right fielder.
Swing and a miss. Gintoff now the pitcher for the Lakers, replaced Boskett in the 4th. Called strike 3, and just like that, the threat is erased.
Really like the grit of Putnam. How can you not like this kid?
Lakers get 2 here in the 5th. 10-2 Huskies.
Yeah, he's a competitor. Give him credit. Hardest thing in the world is when things start going the wrong way for you as a pitcher, is to mentally and emotionally get yourself, focused. And he did. He was a little fired up there for a few and came back and ended it.
10-2, the Monadnock lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, we'll have the Division IV state championship coming up here on these airwaves at 1 o'clock. It'll be Newmarket and Sunapee going at it in that contest. Then the Division I game, that should be a lot of fun.
That's number 3. That's the third game. They kind of moved them around a little bit. Somebody told me they thought it was because of the crowds, where they could manage the crowds coming in where the games where they expect larger schools, they were trying to mix that up so they can move the crowds in and out and not have people not able to get the seats that they want. So
Yeah,
hopefully that'll work.
The D1 game should have a lot of fans here with Pinkerton and Londonderry in the towns.
You think? There isn't much Pinkerton and Londonderry does where there isn't a lot of interest in a lot of. We did the football game. I think they said there was between 5,000 and 6,000 people at Pinkerton Academy, and just a terrific contest, and the spirit on the side of the field, and that was right in the heart of COVID. And if you remember that period where, the patriotism in the stands during the anthem, and that first opportunity to get out in 2020, that place was jam solid, and New Hampshire in America at its best. I'll never forget that game. And two class act coaches, the legend Brian O'Reilly, and could very well be legend coming up from Londonderry.
8-9-1 of the Husky order due up here as Ethan Brown tries to lay down a bunt and bunts it foul. 10-2 our score here in the bottom of the fifth inning as the Lakers, with their biggest rally of the game, they scored 2 in the fifth, though did leave the bases loaded to end the inning.
Even if Pinkerton and Londonderry are out of the playoff picture, and it's still when they play each other, it's always good. Nice grab.
Diving stop by the second baseman, Wes Bailey, but he will not be able to make a play on it. Infield hit for Ethan Brown.
Yeah, nothing was going to happen there. He got down the first baseline like a rocket, and but nice stop just the same.
So the leadoff
looks
runner.
Like Wes hurt his hand a little bit there. He's struggling. He's kind of
He'll stay in it as Carson Shanks now steps in. He'll try to lay down a bunt, but it goes foul. Yeah, we don't get too often the Division I games in the Upper Valley. Of course, we don't have that big of schools to see, but of course, like you said, Pinkerton and Londonderry, always a big rivalry game here in the Granite State.
But the spirit on some of these teams up north are just fantastic. The fans come down and they're just completely dedicated. They drive hours and hours to come support their players. And the passion, which, I won't list them off, but so many games during basketball season were just phenomenal to watch. And the quality play was just terrific. We had some games at Keene. Well, I'll tell you what was an incredible game was Trinity and Goffstown when Trinity came on top. Last second, Bike steals the ball, and that was a Havlicek steals the ball moment. That was a great game.
Runner goes, and Shanks fouls off the pitch, so it'll go 0-2. As again, the hit and run called on there by Tom Cody, the head coach of the Huskies. Again, looking for their 9th state championship in program history, looking to go back-to-back again for the first time since 84-85.
Wow.
Trying to go 20-0 on the season. Almost there. Pitch misses high. Throw down to first. Almost got away. But nice grab.
Yeah, you got to make that hop. You've got to square your hips off to make that throw. Can't throw it from a compromised position because it's going to sail.
And if you're Interlakes, you don't want to give
any
momentum back to Monadnock after that inning you were just able to pull together. Gintoff with the pitch. Breaking ball. Misses. Gintoff is the reliever. He came in for Bosket in the last inning. Boskin on the hook for the loss here this afternoon. He's now in left field. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Bouncer in the dirt. Catcher couldn't find it, and the runner will get to second with ease. That's Ethan Brown.
Officials done a good job today so far from what I've seen, Brett. Called a good game. You haven't heard one argument about balls and strikes one time. So good job by these men.
Of course, had that play down the right field line, which looked like they had the right call all the way.
I think so.
Of course, we have the benefit of replay. Jammed him on it, charging quickly, and up with it is Bailey over to first base, but he threw it wide, and it took the first baseman off the bag. Oh, man, what a miscue. Everybody's safe. And Dan Kernan now going to...
Yeah. Again, whether it's the catcher at home plate, whether it's an infielder, whether it's an outfielder, having a ground ball, a sharp ground ball come to him off of a hop, you got to get yourself in position. And I think West just It's almost like he fielded the ball well and then just kind of got up and just ran and tossed. And, and that's going to happen if you're not set.
Yeah, we'll see the replay
Yeah.
here.
Watch him. I think you'll see here, instead of just setting and throwing, right, he starts running, off base, he got not squared off, and that's not the mechanics you're really looking for. And the thing is, you can see Wes can do it because he's made some terrific plays during the game, but it's just fundamentally driven one way or the other.
Maybe he thought he had less time than he really did on that situation.
Maybe he felt rushed. I mean, you got to give Monadnock credit. There isn't one runner that doesn't boot it down the line, no matter what the hit is, no matter how low chance he's going to get there. They really move on down the line. Good habits create championships. Good habits, good attitude. And Monadnock does all the little things right as well as the big things. The home runs off the brew house board and all that's wonderful, but it's the other things that they do.
Runner takes off from first. That's Shanks, and he'll reach second base easily as Ryan Cornwell, top of the order here for the Huskies. He reached on an error, scored, and then has flown out twice. Still no outs here in the fifth. Ground ball to Bailey.
Nice,
able to knock it down. He'll throw to first to get the out.
That's Wes Bailey right there.
Run does score to make it 11-2.
He's taking a beating out there. That ball took him right in the belly, I think. And give him credit. Now they're just everything fundamentally sound right there. The only thing he might have wanted to done is wait for his first baseman to get back to the bag, but he threw a strike at him. So
Wes Bailey has been a busy bee over there.
He
at
sure
second
has.
base. And his uniform definitely dirtied up after today. So one out, runner at third, infield in all the way across for Kevin Putnam. He has 2 ribbies this afternoon, the starting pitcher. And there's a hot shot knocked down by the shortstop. Couldn't find it. Now he'll throw wide of the bag, and the runner is safe.
Yeah, got to set yourself.
Boy, tough play there for Bean. Rafe Bean, the shortstop, the freshman. Or the sophomore, and I think he was a little surprised, as we'll see the replay here.
Yep. He had plenty of time to set himself. See, they're down right there. You got to take the step. Didn't set himself, kind of off-center towards the home plate when he's throwing, and that's what dragged his first baseman off the bag. So, again, this is a young team that clearly shows they have talent. That's why they're here. And I really like the fact that Interlakes hasn't given up. You make mistakes, they're going to happen. But the grit that they showed last inning to try to get those runs in and it just not hanging their heads shows these kids are on the move.
Swing
nice
and
pitch.
A miss by Ben Dean, the catcher. He has 2 ribbies this afternoon. 2 for 3 with a single and a double. 2 runs scored. Meat of the order has been really good for the Huskies here this afternoon.
Held back.
They appeal. He did not go.
No.
And the runner swipes second base. That's Putnam. 11 runs on 11 hits for the Huskies. Gintoff in a world of trouble here with 1 out. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. Nice pitch. Ben Dean goes down looking. And a big second out, for Interlakes. And it brings up Hayden Haddock, the cleanup hitter in DH. And he'll take a strike. 21 teams, by the way, in Division 3.
21. I thought it was 20. Yeah, that's right.
And they had a couple of teams drop to Division 4, so at one point it was 23.
Right.
As we can see, Newmarket away.
Even 21, that's a big division.
It is. Ground ball, bounding ball to the shortstop.
Nice job.
Bean, he'll throw on to first in time to retire the side. But Monadnock, they get another run here in the 5th, and we go to the 6th with the Huskies leading it 11-2.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Game Changer is the official scorekeeping, team management, and video clipping partner of the NHIAA. Game Changer provides easy-to-use scorekeeping tools, instant stats, spray charts, and pitch counts at your fingertips. Player profiles and automatic hit clips as well. Never miss a moment with Game Changer. Visit gc.com to learn more. Brett Franklin, Steve Beals back with you here at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium. 11-2 is our score. It says 11-3 on our scoreboard there, but it is 11-2 as we go to the sixth inning.
I want to compliment the ballpark, whether it be the development crew, the overall management, or whatever. They've built this stadium with some wonderful common areas to be able to congregate and enjoy a game, come early, sit down, they've done a wonderful job here. I was walking around before I came down to see you here, Brett, in the booth, and so many of those open areas to really enjoy. Plenty of place to get in the shade if you want on a real hot sunny day. Compliments to the city of Manchester and the venue and the staff that operates here. Done a wonderful job.
Sixth inning here. TJ Bailey hits a bounding ball to the shortstop, 1 out. Bailey now 0 for 3 as Brandon to Olivo, 6-3 for the putout.
Looks to me like there's some folks that have stayed overnight at the Hilton Garden Inn. They're sitting on those seats over there, right outside the hotel.
Like we said, outside the Division I game, as first pitch swinging for Danny Bean, pops it up behind home plate and will not be playable for Kernan, or for Dean, who made a nice play.
Great effort, though.
With the exception of the Division I game, a little bit of travel for both schools to make their way down here.
Yeah, what do you figure? Well, I mean, Interlakes about, an hour and 15, hour and 20 maybe,
there's no
max?
Traffic, right? Well, you're going the other way.
You're going the other way, right.
The 0-1 misses. And then
now, what about Newmarket? That's going to be what? Hour 30?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Sunapee a little bit less than an hour.
Yeah. Beautiful, wonderful ride, though, this time of year. And, of course, find a nicer place in New Hampshire and Vermont in the fall. But it's beautiful in June as well. And but when it's like 8 below coming out of the White Mountains down for a basketball game.
It's a different story. Danny Bean taking a strike. He's 1 for 2 with a single. The starting DH, his brother Rafe on deck. Lunges after the pitch. Fly ball, left center field, and actually shallow enough that Brandon, the shortstop, will make the catch. And there's 2 down.
Yeah, dropped his shoulders a little bit of that one. Yeah, and had his hands out in front rather than coming through the ball. Looked like that was a breaking pitch. Oh, yeah.
That one hits him.
Yeah, he's more than happy to get it. He'll take the base. If you're going to get hit right in the shoulder, right? I mean, where all the meat is.
I was going to say Putnam, after his toughest outing in the 5th where he saw 8 hitters, was looking for his first 1-2-3 since the first inning.
Not to suggest he meant to, but boy, he as a batter, he does hug the plate tight.
Yep.
And but that one was clearly no chance of getting out of the way of that one.
Addie Kernan now, who has one of the 4 Laker hits this afternoon in the 9 spot. Jumps after the first one. Liner to the shortstop.
There you go.
And there is the 3rd out. So
it looks like Putnam may be looking for him to go the distance here and do a complete game. So
he's
far
on track. So far, so good.
So far, so good for him. That's 6 down, 1 to go, right?
So there, after 5.5, 11-2, Monadnock maintaining their healthy lead here in the 6th inning.
Boy, it's a nice perspective from here of the Manchester skyline as well.
Haven't seen the airplanes fly by quite yet, but
no, depends on which runway they're coming in. Sometimes they come in behind us and they go over the Manchester Mall there and come in from that way. But usually you see them going out here and then taking a right, heading out east, and then turning down to, well, when I'm flying, Florida, but oh well.
And of course, the home of the AA Fisher Cats here at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium, and Fisher Cats, of course, the AA affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yep.
And prior to this building being built, the old barn in Manchester. Why is it escaping me?
Gill Stadium?
Gill Stadium.
Yep.
Why? That's if you're a New Hampshire resident, you're supposed to know that by just knowing that right off the top of your head. But Gill Stadium, of course, longtime home for many professional players, and then of course they built this beautiful stadium and moved the. I believe they played 1 year at Gill.
They did, yeah. While they were developing it, there was 1 year at Gill, but we used to have to park way down. If you go to a Fisher Cats game, way down in the mill yard there, across the intersection. Now with that parking garage, I'm pretty sure that that certainly helps that situation. They did a wonderful job with that, with the brick outside there, and it kind of looks like a regular mill building. They've done a nice job there. So, a lot of people in the city of Manchester care a lot about the city, and infrastructure like this just makes it a fun place to live.
Brandon, Olivo, Hilliard, 5, 6, 7 of the Husky order due up. It's 11-2 our score here in the Division III state championship game. Monadnock scoring 3 in the first, a run in the second, a run in the third, 5 in the fourth, and then 1 in the fifth.
That fourth was a killer.
11-2 the score here in the bottom of
nice
the
stop.
6th inning.
Nice stop.
Again, the Division IV championship game coming up here at 1 o'clock. Sunapee and Newmarket.
Oh, that's a nice at bat right there
for a base hit.
Wow, he kept his hands back there just beautifully, and he exploded into the ball.
Remember, Connor Brandon had the inside the park 2-run home run last at bat. He is now 2 for 4. And speaking of home runs, here's Cam Olivo, who blasted one to left field to finish off the back-to-back home run sequence.
Yeah, he's been doing a little conditioning to hit a ball like that. That thing was a bomb.
He's a single shy of the cycle.
Oh, that's right, too.
Triple-double home run.
Did you ever see a cycle in a professional game?
I've never seen it, no.
I saw a cycle in the Red Sox, oh my gosh, probably some 22 years ago. Take a guess who it was.
John Valentin?
Nope. He was a left fielder.
Left fielder.
Yeah.
Not ringing a bell.
Threw right, batted left. Actually, he was a switch hitter. Now I'm giving you a.
You're giving me a lot here. Runner goes, and it's hit foul.
Mike Greenwell. Remember Greeny?
Kind of right in my formative Red Sox
I was in the Coca-Cola luxury box seats up there, so we were sitting right out on the terrace there, and what was her name? Jean Yockey was about 3 luxury boxes down, watching that game with that straight, stern face.
Breaking pitch is skied into center field.
And she showed no emotion through the whole game, and then Mike Greenwell hit a triple to get his cycle. And she was standing up chair. It was the only time I looked over if she was doing anything other than staring it down.
Yeah, I have not seen a cycle, whether it's a professional game or a high school game, but Olivo might not get another chance at it as he flies out to center field, 1 away, brings up Jake Hilliard. He's driven in a run this afternoon, 1 for 3. For Interlakes, they'll at least have the top of the order coming up in the 7th. Pitch is fouled off and out of play. Ethan Brown on deck. It's been all Monadnock here this morning.
How many years ago did I just say?
20.
We'll come back to it.
Chopper to Bailey over at second base. This time fields it with ease, and there's 2-way.
Oh, my Lord, am I way off? That's right, because I was in the food service business then. That was 1988.
Oh, okay.
So that's, 34 years ago. I was 14 years off.
Yeah, you're only off.
But that was, for those who are big Red Sox trivia people, 9/14, 1988, Mike Greenwell hits for the cycle, Boston Red Sox.
Pretty impressive.
And there was only one time that I was at Fenway Park where there was a crowd louder than that, and that was when Big Papi got his 2,000th hit, and it was a 25-minute standing ovation. They could not stop. They would not stop.
There's a blooper right to the third baseman as Ethan Brown is retired.
Nice job.
And that'll do it for the Huskies.
Got one left.
3 outs away from a perfect season. We'll see if they can do it. 11-2, Monadnock.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
All right, 7th inning we go here in Manchester as Monadnock 3 outs away from going back-to-back state champions. Brett Franklin, Steve Beals with you. It'll be the top of the order for the Lakers as Potter, Boskett, and Dunn Jr. due up here. And Kevin Putnam going to try to go the distance here, and why not?
Well, after the 4th inning, he comes in for the 5th, and he got on a little bit of a roll there, Brett, and you start to think to yourself, wow, looks like he may go all the way. So that fast pace doesn't seem to wear him down. He's got a lot of stamina as a young pitcher. And he's still got some pretty good velocity out there as well.
Alex Potter fouls it off. Potter with 2 hits. He is 2 for 3 this afternoon with the run scored. The leadoff man and first baseman.
Ooh.
Misses high and in. As we mentioned, this is the first state championship appearance for Interlakes in program history. And they have some returning talent next year. So if you're a Lakers fan, you got as much as
hang in there.
Hang in there. A lot of exciting talent in the system, no doubt. Pitch jams him, and it's popped up left side of the infield. Easy play for Brandon, and there's 1 out.
I'll be honest with you, Brett. I'm not sure Putnam's stuff isn't just as good or better now than it was in the first couple innings. He's really settled down, and 7 innings is a long time for a professional pitcher. For a young high school pitcher, he's to have that kind of strength in the arm and his delivery. He's obviously got himself in great shape.
Besides that 5th inning, where he saw 8 batters,
and that was because of that was an error. I mean,
Putnam only went 1 over the minimum.
That's
every
it.
other inning.
Yeah,
they had the 1-2-3 in the first, and that was it. Quickly, 1-1 here on Ryan Boskett, the starting pitcher, 0 for 2 with the walk. He's now in left field. Craig Dunn Jr. on deck.
Yeah, he hasn't lost 1 MPH at all. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Brett. I'm sorry.
2-1.
Ooh.
Misses inside 3-1. Seems like he's overthrowing a little bit.
Overthrown a little bit there. That is the beginnings of fatigue when you start overthrowing and holding on to the ball too long, letting it slip off to the right, to the outside. We'll see what he does here.
3-1. Got him to swing at it. Hits it in the air. Center field. Drifting back, making the catch is Hilliard, and Monadnock is 1 out away.
The other thing is you start thinking about the Kool-Aid in the dugout a little bit. You say, I want this thing over with, and you get a little antsy out there. But he's shown me that during the game when he's got into a little bit of trouble, had a little upset there for a while on a couple of things, and he gets himself, very mature, gets himself back on track and is able to pull himself out of those difficult times. He doesn't break down. Been very impressive today.
1 out away is Monadnock.
Nice pitch.
And there's a strike. We have a pinch hitter here. It's Robert Blackie, one of the 4 seniors on this team. And he's quickly down in the hole, 0-2. Putnam 1 strike away. Monadnock looking to complete the perfect season. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled it off. Huskies 19-0. Had some close calls in the quarterfinal and semifinal rounds as they trailed in both games to Hopkinton and Berlin. And now here they are, leading in 11-2 with 2 outs and 2 strikes on the pinch hitter, Blackie. The Husky fans standing. The 0-2 pitch sails over the head of Blackie for ball 1.
That's a tall guy to sail a pitch over that. I'm surprised that didn't bounce up here. looks like the umpire's a little.
The 1-2
Yeah, he did
swing and a miss.
They did it.
And that's it. The Monadnock Huskies, perfect in 2022. They win their 9th state championship in program history, back-to-back.
I haven't seen a pig pile in a long time in baseball.
The Huskies were the best team in D3 all year long, and they cemented here with a convincing 11-2 win in the Division III state championship.
Strong team.
And a great run by the Interlakes Lakers, who made their first state championship appearance in program history. They'll graduate 4 seniors, 4 very big seniors, but a lot of talent coming back for IL next year. They should be right in the thick of things.
Agreed. Yeah, this was quite a performance. As I was saying earlier, before the game started in pregame, they just looked very, very tight, very, very solid team. But you never know. You see that a lot of times, and then it doesn't work out in the field. It did today. And to have an undefeated season, you see the way that they played against a gritty Laconia Interlakes Lakers team. And they deserve to be champions, but you could talk about a lot of different things, and we could talk about the fundamentals, the unforced errors, mechanics, coaching, all of it. But at the end of the day, pitching in this game is everything. Pitching and quarterbacks in football in today's modern game, and of course pitchers are such a factor today, and you got to give Putnam a lot of credit. I think he was the difference maker. The standout in this game, because there's a couple times he could have folded or had mental breakdowns, things like that, and he got himself back on track very quickly. This is a mature young pitcher here that any NCAA program might want to take a serious look at whatever level. That's up for them to decide. But he's looks like a very coachable young man. He plays with passion, and but let's not forget Interlakes. They're here. They made it here. They're young. They got, like you said, 6 of their 9 starters coming back, and who knows what else is coming up the pikes. Maybe that are freshmen playing JV that are going to be able to step into a good varsity role soon. So both of these programs wouldn't be the least bit surprised to see them back here again, quite frankly.
They'll have the championship ceremony on the field. Monadnock will finish the season 20-0, 9th state championship in program history, back-to-back. And they'll go off on a high note. Interlakes will finish the season at 16-3 after their first ever program appearance in a state title.
Nothing to be embarrassed about there.
They should certainly, like we said, be in the mix in it again next year.
I like their grit.
Division III.
I like the fact that the coach pulls them off every game. Look at these guys. They're a close-knit group of guys. I think I watched the coach throughout the game. He's in touch with his ball players. He's connected with them, and there's no wonder why they play hard for him. So only good things can come for the Lakers as well.
So the Division III state championship is in the books. Monadnock wins it 11-2 over Interlakes here in Manchester. So with that, we will start to get set for the Division IV state championship, which is coming up at 1 o'clock. It'll be Newmarket and Sunapee. So join us right back here for the Division IV title game. Should be a great one with 2 very historic programs going at it. So with that, Steve, 1 down, 3 more to go, and we'll have the Division IV state championship.
Looks like the weather's going to hold out as well, so we're in for some fun. Great working with you, Brett. So glad we were able to bring you down, because you have the knowledge of those teams up above Concord, and that showed today, and really appreciate you filling in for us today, and you know your baseball.
Hey, I appreciate you guys getting me out of the Upper Valley and hanging out
here. Come down the big city, right?
That's great job by our camera crew here today. Our production crew doing a great job. And we'll have more baseball coming up. Again, 1 o'clock is the the Division IV state championship.
Craig Incardoni out at left field. Matt Beals over at in right field. And, of course, we have the fixed camera over here. Ben Beals back at the director's studio doing a fantastic job. And can't go without saying thanks to John Barron, who's our technician. Came out here early, couldn't be here, got a graduation today, wanted to be here, but had a graduation, and he came out early and set us all up. So John Barron will really appreciate you as well, and we'll enjoy those benefits throughout the whole day.
Absolutely. So with that, again, we will step aside here and we'll start to get ready. Division 4 state championship will begin at about 1 o'clock. So we'll talk to you then. Brett Franklin for Steve Beals. We'll, again, talk to you for the Division 4 state championship coming up here on FNL NH Media, the 2022 NHIAA Service Credit Union Baseball State Championships in conjunction with FNL NH Media. All right, we'll talk to you at 1 o'clock for the D4 State Championship game. Congrats to Monadnock, your Division 3 state champs in 2022.